How's it going, everybody? Welcome to Pillow Talk with Paul Goneau. My guest today is comedian, actor, chef, and landscaper, I guess now. Yeah? Michael Samuels.
Hello.
I feel like I want to say Michael Sam Samuels. Because I've never called you Mike or Michael ever in life.
It's always Sam.
And I know you haven't been on a stage in a bit of time. A bit longer than me. It's been a bit of time for most people, I think, right now.
It's been over 3 years for me.
Over 3 years.
Since I've been on the stage.
This is the first time I'm saying this. I'm going to be starting up a show.
Okay.
At Comedy Bar. A monthly show. I'm probably going to call it The Monthly Show.
Okay.
Yeah, I was looking... I like the name. Cycle. It's kind of generic, but it also kind of... I don't know, maybe go with The Monthly Show with Paul Goneau, but I'm not trying to really shove my name down people's throats when it comes to that. Like, the podcast is fine.
Yeah.
But, I'm thinking about calling it The Monthly Show. As long as nobody else has come up with that name, I'll be fine using it, you know? But, dude, you gotta come to one of the shows. I haven't really started. I messaged somebody. Yeah. Because, like, they're my boy, and they've always kind of... put me on, and just trying to find a headliner for the first show. But dude, I'd fucking love for you to make your return at my show. I think it's everything's kind of in the air with this COVID shit and all these stages unrolling in Ontario.
So you don't have like a tentative like timeline for the start of it, or like...
It seems like it's going to be August.
August, okay.
Yeah, and I'm thinking of doing like... I want to try to get it on a weekend. This is like my first show. Yeah. Like I've hosted a couple shows, but they weren't mine. They were just like guest hosting spots. Yeah. So I'm not sure if they'll be willing. I'm sure... And obviously it's the fucking weekend. Most clubs are going to be, you know, packed. Especially right now with everyone itching to fucking get back. But I'm hoping I can get a weekend spot.
That'd be sweet, though.
You know? Yeah, so, but either way, it's going to be starting. I'm going to do it probably like the last whatever day. I'm hoping like Saturday or Friday of every month. So, man, the door's open.
Yeah.
You know?
Definitely be able to walk through that door.
Yeah, man. Because I've always kind of looked at you, like I remember, I was going through some shit after I broke up with my ex. Yeah. And, like, I was telling everybody, like, I'm fucking doing this. And, like, I kept saying it. I felt like most people were like, okay, Paul. Yeah, whatever. All right. Whatever, okay, yeah. Sure. And then shit started happening, and, like, we started working less and less together. Yeah. Like, I feel like at one point we were just working, like, a day every week. And I was always looking... I was always looking forward to Friday, because I was like, oh, fuck, we'll talk all this shit with Sam. And, like... kitchens, everybody makes everybody laugh. Like, everyone's a comedian in a kitchen, you know? But I always felt like there was something special when I made you laugh. Yeah. You know what I mean? So,
thank you for that.
Yeah, man. And I've never...
Well, you always did make me laugh. You always said some real funny shit.
Well, there was always some weird shit going on at Moxie's. I've had so many people on, man. We should get, like, everyone together and have, like, a support group on fucking Moxie's, because... Yeah. No one really says any good shit, other than, like, the people, like, the relationships, the people you meet and stuff like that.
I mean, the thing with Moxie's or any other job that you've ever had, you might hate the job, not the people. You'll have shit that you're like, oh, fuck, I don't want to go in there, but when you go in there, there's reason for you to be there. Mm-hmm. Like, I worked at this fucking place, this particular one, for 12 years. I've hated it for a very long time. More than 8 years I've hated being there. Yeah. But I knew when I went in there, when I saw you, Cockalooch, fucking Kenny, like just the whole prep team. Yeah. AJ, guys on the line, I knew I was going to be, I'm like, all right. Fine.
Jeremiah. Even Shanice.
Shanice, yeah.
Yeah.
And it's like, everyone, I was like, yeah, like I know I'm going to have a good fucking day. But, like, when you're working up to, like, okay, fuck, I gotta get up and go to work. And you're like, oh, fuck, I'm going to this place again. Like,
I feel like that's how I am no matter what the job is. Until I'm actually, like, just getting up and doing, like... When I can start making a living off of this shit and, like, stand-up comedy, I think that'll be, when I'll start actually, like, being excited to wake up. Because when you're working, like, a 9 to 5...
You work in a 9 to 5 and you work for somebody else. You're like, fuck, exactly. I don't want to do this shit.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
But you're always happy because of the people you're around.
Yeah. Yeah, man. And I remember starting, like, at Moxie's, and, I mean, without knowing you, you're a pretty intimidating guy. Just to look at, you know? I feel like I've got the same... I dig it, man. I dig the look, bro. The agent's going well with you. And still, it's just like, how the fuck... You kind of don't look like you should have gray hair, almost. You know what I mean? But I remember being like a little... I can't remember who was there. I think it was like Kevin. And like everyone was like... Well, not everyone. I don't want to say everyone. But there was like some people that were really close there.
Yeah.
You know? And when I started fucking seeing you, Kevin, I just kind of... Initially, it was like... I guess hard. I didn't know exactly where I would fit in.
Yeah.
And then one day you were listening to fucking Mbop by Hanson. And I was like, oh shit, okay. I'm kind of understanding a little better. And I'm listening to the music that you're listening to. And like I was kind of like poking fun at you. And I think Kevin, you guys were like singing it and shit.
It was
But I really appreciated it.
It was me and Tyler that used to listen to that all the time in the morning.
Tyler.
Cockaloochy's friend Tyler.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, it was.
Yeah, and both of us used to sing it, and we'd play Footloose, and he'd always dance to Footloose and Mbop.
Yeah, I always thought some of your music choices were odd, but I appreciated it. You know?
Because, you know what the thing is with my music choice? Like, I listen to anything.
Yeah, I know.
I will listen to anything.
I love that shit.
And when people see me at first, they're like, okay, this guy listens to... They have this assumption that I only listen to this and only that alone.
Yeah.
And then when I start playing my 80s stuff at work in the morning, and then all this silly pop stuff, everyone's like, okay, hold on. You're not who I thought you were.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that always opens me up to other people. For people like, okay, because like you said, the intimidation, people see me and think I'm intimidating. Mm-hmm. And then when they hear the music, they're like, this guy's fucking silly. This guy's an idiot just like me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. And I got a lot of that too, like growing up, high school, and like just after high school when like, you know, cliques are a really, I don't know, important thing.
Yeah.
I guess. And it's like, you know, have piercings and wore safety pins in my clothes. Kind of sometimes had purposely tore up clothes and shit like that. And people be like fucking... Oh wait, you like hip hop and like reggae?
Yeah.
Like what do you mean? And I remember actually working at Moxie's and Long coming along, and like there was like, and now like eventually, you know, I kind of discovered that a lot of people like the Backstreet Boys.
Yeah. now they do.
Yeah. Well, maybe there was just like some Backstreet Boys shame or something like that.
Yeah,
you know?
That was it. Yeah.
But I remember, you know, people hating on them. Like on the line, we were working like one night, and I was working beside Long.
Yeah.
And I was like, Long, you're Asian. You like the Backstreet Boys, right? And like that was initially like Long had just started, you know. And this is like I imagine him being like, who's this fucking white boy, you know? Yeah. But like that's how we first bonded, you know. Music, man.
It's usually how a lot of people bond, man.
I had tickets to see Backstreet Boys last year.
Oh, did you?
Yeah. Yeah. I want to act like I was just going for my girlfriend, but I definitely wasn't. But I'll be real, like I'm not, like I don't like the ballads. I like the more dancey stuff like that. Even though I can't dance, yeah, those are my things. So I think it would be a cool concert. I mean, they're arguably the best boy band of all time. You know,
you can't hate on them for that.
I've heard people say Boys to Men. Yeah. And my only argument with that is I think Boys to Men is better than... I don't think they're a boy band.
They're not a boy band.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They're a little different from like what you would class as boy band. You know what I mean? Because boy band is more of the poppy stuff types things. You know what I mean? And they're not that. They're not the dancey poppy stuff like that.
You hear all this shit going on with fucking Britney Spears?
That's sad. That shit is fucking sad.
It really is sad, man. And it seems like it's a no-brainer.
Yeah.
You know? And I really hope that she she gets out of her situation. I could never imagine being like someone that pays another person to keep you in your room. You know, like, or, you know, keep her inside, and she can't have a kid. She has like an IUD inside her that they're not allowing her to remove. Like, what? What do you mean?
I'm a grown-ass woman. You tell me I can't pull this shit out of my pussy? This is my pussy and I can't take it out?
I know, man. I know.
Fucking stupid. That makes no sense.
It's sad. Did you watch the actual thing, man?
No, I didn't.
I came home one day after work and my girlfriend was like, you need to... I don't even think it was a video. I think we were just listening to it. And, like... It seems like she hasn't had anyone to talk to about this for so long that she was given this opportunity. Because a lot of it is like, she's really rushing to get through the information. She's clearly reading. I don't see it, but you can tell she's reading because she backtracks a lot and corrects herself. And like just the panic in her voice where she's like, I'm getting this information out as fast as I can. I don't know if I'm going to get another opportunity. I couldn't imagine being in that situation. As someone who's been like living on their own since they were like 16, I couldn't even imagine.
It makes no sense for me. Like 0 sense that a grown woman who's worth, what, 60 million plus who's capable of doing what her day-to-day life entails is not in control of her own life. That makes no sense.
Yeah, she's not past the line of being able to maintain a regular life. You know what I mean? You could tell, like, everyone has fucking problems. I'm sure she definitely is going to have problems for the rest of her life from stuff that's happened and stuff that's currently going on. But it's like, she's not past that line where you're questioning whether she can take care of herself. I don't think so. You know, I don't even really know how far along they are in those proceedings, but like, how long does it have to take? Like, at least put someone else in charge. Like,
that's what she's asking for, right?
Yeah, and that's the thing. Like, she's obviously not for it, but she's like, at least give me somebody else.
Because what I heard was the lawyer who's in control of the situation, he is not even helping. Was it a female? I think it might have been a female.
Sure.
This lawyer's not even helping her situation. The lawyer's just there collecting money and not.
Oh yeah, it's really easy money. Anything. Working for the dad, you know, because he kind of calls the shots.
But this is her lawyer. This is her, like the lawyer that represents her, right? And they're not there to help her. But now this lawyer is saying that I want out. I don't want to be a part of this because this is not right.
No, and I don't imagine, you know, most lawyers would want to be a part of Britney's, like, father's team?
Yeah. Why would you want to be? Unless you're a douchebag and you just want money, you don't give a shit.
I feel like that's a lot of lawyers, though, to be honest. Like, do people actually get into that field because they like, don't get me wrong, I feel like there's exceptions to every rule, right? But I mean, generally, I feel like most people gravitate towards that, whether it's like family influence or just the money.
Yeah.
You know? And it's very rarely like someone like Johnny Cochran who's just like, I'm fucking, you know?
Yeah.
I love defending people. It doesn't matter. Like, I'll fucking throw the book at anybody, you know? And everyone that I know that has done that is just like, well, the money.
It's money. Yeah, it's money. And the thing too with lawyers, like I always say, they're not lawyers, they're liars.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
They don't give a shit. Like, I don't give a fuck if you're guilty or not. Okay, this is what we're gonna tell them. We're gonna lie the whole fucking. Don't say this.
Yeah.
Only say what I tell you to say.
Exactly.
But you know, this
it's not necessarily lying, but I think
you know this
indirectly. Indirectly, they're avoiding things that they know will incriminate them and stuff like that.
But you know the guy is guilty. There's video of this guy fucking putting a knife through somebody's head. You know what I mean? But we're gonna say you didn't see it.
Yeah.
We're gonna say you weren't part. Like, what the like?
Yeah.
We just saw this guy murder the whole family.
Yeah, and there's a lot of cases where they're like, "Oh, this this information was obtained in an illegal way, so we're gonna need you to ignore that evidence. And it's like, okay, but what do you mean? But like, I still saw it. I don't care how you got it. Like, I saw him stab the guy.
Yeah.
You know, like, what do you mean?
Well, look at the Bill Cosby situation.
Yeah.
Bill Cosby got off because of some technicality.
Do you know a lot about that? Like, I just saw that he got out and all the memes.
He got off because
shit, but...
apparently the prosecutor, I believe, who was in control of the first prosecutor, had made a deal with him. Right? I don't know if the deal was him confessing to doing this, right? But then he wouldn't even have to go to jail or some shit like that. But the lawyer, I think that they had a different prosecutor, and they never went along with what he had agreed to.
Yeah, okay.
Right?
So they went against what he wanted.
Yeah,
I saw just unfair trial. That's all I really saw. I don't know any of the details, but...
But, like, even if he confessed or he didn't confess, okay, sometimes you gotta understand, like, if somebody says, there's like 100 women that said Bill Cosby fucking raped them, right? I don't know if he raped all of them. Yeah. But if 2 of them were actually raped and 98 wasn't, he's still a fucking rapist.
Right. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, he is guilty of doing something that he shouldn't have done. Even if he didn't get his dick up when he tried to rape these women, he still drugged them with the intent to rape them.
Should he still be in jail?
Yeah.
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 He still raped them, so he should still be in jail.
I think he should definitely be in jail. I also think that like he's not a threat to society anymore.
No.
You know? No. Like he's not. He's gonna. I can't imagine him going back into the spotlight after something. No. Like that. It's not gonna be a Louis C.K. thing.
Yeah.
You know, where he's going to be able to get his career back. Like, it's over.
No.
He's hanging his head in shame. He's
hanging his head, and he's almost dead. So fucking...
That's what I'm saying. He's almost dead.
Yeah.
You know, that's...
So, yeah. But the thing about it is, why I think he should still be in jail is...
Oh, I do too.
The fact that, look, he did do this shit to these women. Right? And the fact that he is out. No matter how old he is. I don't give a shit how old he is. He still committed his crimes.
Yeah.
Doesn't mean that, he stopped doing it fucking 20 or 30 years ago, so he's living this model life now. Their lives are still fucked.
Yeah.
The ladies' lives are still fucked, you know what I mean?
And, like, I wonder if that weighs on the people that got Cosby out. Do you know? Like, we're saying, like, it's a job for lawyers, but at the end of the day... Like, you gotta imagine there's some people...
It doesn't weigh on them. Not at all.
You think so, eh?
Not at all. Not at all.
Doesn't seem like it.
It doesn't. Because if it did weigh on people's... Like the lawyers, they'd have stopped doing that job.
Yeah.
They'll be like, I can't do this. After a while, you'll be like, no. Some lawyers, not all. Some lawyers... I remember seeing this thing a while back, and they were saying that they scanned the brainwaves of some lawyers, and they realize that a lot of lawyers have the same brain patterns as a serial killer.
Oh yeah.
There's no empathy.
Yeah. I could see that.
There's like they don't have like the murderous, gene.
Yeah.
So to say.
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah.
They don't have any empathy. They know that this guy raped all these women and drugged them. And they're like, I don't really give a shit. I'm just going to try to get this guy out and make as much money as I possibly can. They don't give a fuck about these women. They know this guy did all of this shit. And some of these lawyers are women. Right? And they could have potentially been one of those women. But they don't care. Yeah. Because the bottom line is the dollar.
Yeah, it's weird, man. It's like being a part of the system has got to weigh heavy. I wouldn't want to. I wouldn't want to have any of it. Like my foster dad, he used to be a cop, and he obviously went to school for however long, like a long time. You don't just become a cop after 2 years.
Yeah.
and got out of it like real quick because he's like, oh, like I thought I was helping people, and it's not really helping people. And like, the cop thing is so like, obviously, not all cops are bad, right?
No.
Like, I don't think that, but like along the line, like I just think somewhere along the line, the cops that are aware and not really doing anything, they become just as guilty as the people that are actually, you know, committing the crimes, like killing people or fucking assaulting people or whatever the case, you know? And it's kind of like how like the angle I kind of take on racism, you know, where it's like I haven't done anything racist. I don't believe in that shit. I was raised. I treat everyone equal. I don't care, you know, like. But there's like, you know, with all the stuff going on with the Native children and stuff right now, and canceling Canada Day. And I mean, to be honest, I'm not one to really celebrate. Like, I don't really go out and do that shit anymore. So it's not really something that I had to cancel in my life. I am for you if you cancel Canada Day. I am for you if you like.
If you want to,
I don't want. If you want to celebrate it, go ahead. I mean, I don't think anybody is ignoring the fact that these things happen. But like, as a white guy who isn't racist and isn't prejudiced in any way, sexist, whatever the case, you know, nothing. Like, fucking live your life, you know? I think at a certain point, you know, if I don't address things that I see in my regular life, that I just, you know, I feel like I'll be just as guilty as the people that are doing it.
Yeah, very true.
So I don't want to be, you know, one of those shitty cops, you know, in real life. I don't want to be one of those shitty people, so.
Yeah. You know, when I first came from Jamaica, right, I was 10 years old. And I grew up in Jamaica. I saw a lot of blacks. We had Indians in Jamaica. We call them coolie.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And Chinese people, right? Not a lot of Chinese, but there's a few around. And where I'm from is like a small rural town, right? And there's a couple. I never knew what racism was until I came here. Everyone got along. Everyone got along, and it was if you saw two people that never got along, it wasn't because of. Even if it could have been the Indian or the Chinese or the black person, it was like, yeah, that guy is a piece of shit.
Yeah.
That's why I didn't get along with him, and that's why we got into an argument.
Yeah.
You saw a Chinese guy and a black guy got into an argument, it wasn't because of the skin color. It was because one of them is a piece of shit. Or both. Right? When I came here, I had no clue what racism was. And then I started getting people, adults. I was 10 years old. And when I first came here at 10, I was a small kid. I was actually really small for my age. And it's like when I was like 12 is when I started growing and getting bigger. But I would get like from adults, and kids would try to bully me. And it was always something racist people would say to me. And I had no clue what the fuck was going on. Because I'd never dealt with this. Mm-hmm. I never knew what that was. And I remember telling my brother's 3 years older, and I told him, yeah, these guys are saying this and they're doing this and they're making fun of the way I talk. Because I had a very strong accent. And I'm like, the fuck should I do? And he's like, just beat the fuck out of them. It was beat the fuck out of them. I was small, but I could fight.
Yeah.
So I would beat the living piss out of these kids. And it would stop, not because they stopped being racist, because they knew when they said a certain word, an ass whooping was going to follow. Mm-hmm. So they stopped because of that. But I remember before I even start fighting to defend myself, all these other kids would see it happening and no one would say anything. except for one girl. It was a girl that would defend me. A girl would always get in and defend me. And this girl, I will, for the rest of my life, I will never forget this woman's name.
Nia Long from Friday. No. I just watched Friday. That's what I was thinking in my mind. I was like thinking of her going up to Debo and shit, like not giving a fuck.
She was like this. It was this little Italian girl, Daniela, and Daniela would always defend me. She would always like get in the middle and they're like, oh, fuck off. She was like a teacher's pet. They called her. She was a teacher's pet, so they were like, oh, fuck off and tell her off and everything like that. She would fucking feisty and get in there. And this girl wasn't like. It's not like she liked me. Like, oh, she likes you, so she's defending you. Like, she liked me because we were friends. Yeah. But it wasn't like, oh, she wanted me to be her boyfriend. She was just a genuine person that saw something that was like bullshit, and she's like, no, I'm not going to stand for this.
Yeah.
And she would always defend me.
And that's how people should be.
Yeah.
Right?
So everyone should be. If you see something, say something. You're like, dude, that's fucking wrong. Cut that shit out.
Yeah.
Right? And because I'm that guy too. I'm that guy, like, if I saw someone doing something wrong, I'm the one that's going in there and defend them. Like, yeah, cut that bullshit out, bro. Cut that out.
Yeah, I never understood, like, the friends that, like, don't get me wrong. You know, if we're fucking... If, like, I'm going through a breakup and I was like, oh, fuck this person, you know, it'd be appropriate for you to be like, yeah, fuck that person.
Yeah.
You know, but I've never understood, you know, the friends that just kind of say what their other friends want to hear versus what they need to hear. Like, I've always, at the end of the day, it's at least you could understand that this is coming from, like, a place of love. And at the end of the day, it's the honesty, you know, they're being honest.
You may not want that fucking honesty at that moment.
No, and most of the times you don't.
Yeah, you don't want it, but afterwards you're like, man, motherfucker. That fucking guy was right. You know what I mean? Like, you when you reflect on it, you're like, fuck. Yeah, I needed to hear that. Didn't want to hear it, but I needed to hear it.
Yeah, I wouldn't say violence is always the answer, but sometimes it is the fucking answer.
Sometimes,
you know?
I mean,
answer. I was picked on, you know, for a different reason. I was just a fucking... you know, I made myself stand out. I guess as a younger boy, I just kind of wanted people to stay away.
Yeah.
You know? Like, I did, don't get me wrong, I love the things that I did and the weird things that I did in my hair or, like, piercing-wise or whatever the case. Like, I loved it all, but I definitely stood out, you know, from a young age and just used to get picked on. Like, have red hair, people would fucking call me, like, fucking... Rooster or something, you know, fucking Big Red or whatever the case, and it was just like, it was something that even, I'm not the biggest guy, you know, but I was also like, I also didn't care how big you were, and I'm not about a guy with rules. Like, I will fucking knee you in the nuts and fucking throw dirt in your eyes, get a rock. Man. Like, I don't care. Like, I'm winning. Like, I'm not... This isn't MMA. No. I'm just trying to walk away.
There's no big John McCarthy to break
you know, exactly. So, I always felt like bullies went towards... I mean, obviously, there's, like, feelers. They put shit out. See what kind of kids will take it. And shit like that. And, like, at the end of the day, I just didn't want to be that punching bag. And it was like, all right, well, if I'm fucking going to be a punching bag anyways, like, we're going to do this. Yeah. You know, I have a scar on my lip from a fucking fight in middle school. Like, it, you know, it was, there was quite a few years of that till towards the end of high school, you know, and then I kind of became that kid that, and don't get me wrong, high school, I still, you know, got into some trouble, but it was slowing down. You know, I kind of became that kid that kind of, I wasn't part of one clique, but, like, I had friends in everything. Like, everyone knew me, and I was, like...
That's me.
Social butterfly in high school, and then after high school, if something happened, I just started not to like people as much.
Yeah. That's me. I was the social butterfly in high school. I knew, like, my high school had well over 1,000 people. I think it was probably, like, maybe even 2,000 people, and everyone in the school knew me. Mm-hmm. Everyone. Like... Even before I went to high school, I had like a little reputation. Like I could fight, so no one would really fight with me. Mm-hmm. And then when I got into high school, if a guy tried to fuck with me, like people were like, "Yo, it's the wrong guy, don't fuck." And then I had a reputation I could fight. I never got into one fight in high school, but everyone was like, "This is the guy you don't fight." You know what I mean? And because I had that reputation, I was the guy that was like, if you're picking on somebody, if you knew me, and you're younger than me, and you came to my high school, and you're in grade 9 and like in grade 12 or whatever, you hang out with me for even just a day, and everyone see, oh fuck, that guy knows Samuels.
Yeah.
You know, I'm gonna fuck
with you.
Or if someone's gonna fuck you, say, hey man, you know Michael Samuels?
Yeah.
Like, oh yeah, you friends with him? Yeah. Okay, cool man. I won't fuck with you. Right? That's what I did. Like, I spent all of high school protecting people. Especially like if a guy was a nerd, they would come up to me like, man, this guy tried to fight me.
I wonder what it's like now, you know? Because like nerds are fucking cool. Like I feel like that shit was
nerds are the alpha male now.
Yeah, so I wonder what, you know, I wonder how that's changed. Like it's like in the new Spider-Man movies, right? Like Flash Thompson isn't like this big football jock. You know, he's like this skinny fucking rich nerd. You know, and it's so I guess maybe there's been a shift.
There's a shift. There's a fucking a shift in this quantum realm that we're living in now. That fucking the nerds are the jock, the cool guys, because everything is computerized and everything is technology, and they know it. And fucking the jocks such as myself are fucking lost.
Yeah. I feel like I wasn't, and I don't even know. You know, I'd like to talk to some people from high school and just ask them like what they thought of me, because I'm kind of I feel like I was just always a fucking outsider. But fucking so we're recording this now. By the time it airs, McGregor and Poirier 3 will have happened. Any predictions?
McGregor in the first.
Really? Knockout.
Yeah. Well, I was definitely going to be a submission.
I was surprised by Poirier winning the last one, to be honest. So,
because it looked like it was going to finish Poirier early. Right?
I mean, even right before like Conor got knocked out, like under a minute, like 30 seconds before, it kind of looked like Conor was going to get him.
Yes. And then Conor started to gas.
Yeah.
And then the leg kicks made a big fucking difference.
It was just a barrage of fucking, his leg looked rough.
The leg kicks were like, because he was taking out his calf. And when you start getting kicked in the calf, like getting kicked in the thigh is one thing. That fucking hurts like a motherfucker. You know that. When you start getting kicked in the calf, your whole legs go fucking numb.
It was swollen. It was like 3 times the size it should have been. I saw it.
Your leg is numb and you can't move your foot.
Yeah.
So you're fucked. So it's going to be interesting.
I think he'll try to adapt. I'm hoping he wins too, but honestly, it's kind of one of those things where I'm just excited to see it. I also want to see, I was hoping we'd see this first. I understand why we're going to see this one first, but I want to see Diaz and him go at it for a third time.
Yeah. Did you see the last Diaz fight?
Yeah. Yeah, and everyone's like, oh, like Diaz was a bloody mess. I'm like, Diaz bleeds in the shower. You know, like he's just like, he wakes up with blood on the pillow. He just has, his skin is like, you know, like super thin.
Yeah.
So it's like, I mean, I can't remember the last fight he didn't bleed in. As soon as you touch him, that's it. It's just I think.
But he was taking an ass whooping up until the last minute.
I mean, he's one of the, this is why I love him. It's not because he's like the best or because he has, you know, an amazing record, or it's because he's a tough motherfucker. He's a tough, you know?
Yeah, and he talks shit no matter what.
Yeah, I love it.
He's a shit talker. Like, he's getting his ass whooped and he's still, is that all you got, motherfucker?
Yeah, exactly, dude. I love that. It's like, that was like the reason, like Forrest Griffin.
Yeah.
You know, he's not my favorite, but like he was like watching him fight back in the day. I think it was even maybe have been the show.
Yeah.
The Ultimate Fighter
show. The Ultimate Fighter, yeah.
That's when I really, like, my love for UFC started. And obviously I knew before, like, Shamrock and stuff like that. I was aware of it, but I never really, like, Griffin got me into it because he was that guy, you know? And since then, everyone, I feel like a lot of the Gaethje, and they're just like, they're shades of Griffin to me. Yeah. You know?
Yeah, those guys are just going there for a war.
Yeah. Yeah. And then, when is this Tyron Woodley, Jake Paul shit? When's that happening? Is that in July as well?
That might be in August, I believe. It could be in August or September, but
what do you think about that?
I don't even know. I don't even know what to think.
Did you watch the Mayweather one?
I watched a bit of it. I didn't like. I refuse to buy.
Oh yeah, like if you're buying this shit, you're a fool.
I'll watch highlights or I'll watch the when they put it on YouTube or something like that. I'll watch, but I'm not like I don't.
I just illegally download it the next day, you know, unless it's something that I really, really am interested in. I'm not paying for it. Yeah. You know, some UFC events. I've been watching some AEW pay-per-views. Yeah. Like, I mean, first wrestling pay-per-views I've paid for in like over 10 years started when this brand started up. Are you aware?
Oh, I watch AEW.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I watch AEW. I like barely watch WWE because sometimes it's just like, what are you guys doing, man? You guys have it's such a big name and you guys aren't doing what the fans really want, right?
It's I think with WWE it's a case of like too many chefs in the kitchen. Yeah. They're on like Fox now, and so now Fox gets a say, and like
that's the
all
problem.
These people are involved on like an executive level with WWE that they're just trying to cater to too many, and then it just gets watered down.
And the problem with stuff like that is, especially it's on Fox now, and too much chefs in the kitchen. Some of these chefs don't know to fucking cook.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And like, so a lot of these guys from Fox, they're all these executives, they don't even watch wrestling.
No, they're just looking at ratings. They're just looking at numbers.
So why are you giving input to something you know nothing about? Mm-hmm. Why don't you put people who know what they're talking about in these positions so they could get you the fucking ratings you want?
Yeah, right? and that's where I think AEW is doing right. Like, as far as... I think AEW is a superior product in every way other than production value.
Yeah. I think production is relatively new still, right?
Right. So. Right. I think as it goes, they're getting better, and but like as far as like the matches and stuff like that,
the matches are insane, bro.
Like some of them are just, I mean, almost every, and they're really blowing up. They have 2 YouTube shows. They have 1 TV show. They're starting another TV show. Next month or something like that, really soon, within the next month, and it's just it's good to see because I missed it. It's basically it's taking off from where the Attitude Era ended. Exactly. That's how I feel.
That's exactly how I feel too. And the matches are just like insane. Like for instance, the female match a couple months ago. With Thunder
Rosa and Britt
Baker.
Yeah. That was good. The unsanctioned, the lights out match or whatever it was.
That was insane.
Yeah, man.
That was insane. I'm watching this, I'm like, these fucking chicks are tougher than me, bro. These chicks are just... The spots that they took, these bumps that they took in these spots, you're like, what the fuck? You're not seeing that on the WWE Monday Night Raw?
Not at all, man. Not at all. And I always love, I think, like, as far as sports goes, there's no sport, well, I would say there's 2, where women get the exact same shine as the men. And it's wrestling and MMA. And back in the day, it never used to be like that with the women. I like, there was... your odd good wrestler, you know, Fabulous Moolah, Trish Stratus. You know, as it goes on, there was some decent wrestlers sprinkled in, but they were just really showpieces for a long time. And now it's like they're finally they're not just like sex symbols anymore. You can see that they're badass. They have the training, wrestlers. They have the moves. Yeah. You know, they bleed and shit. Like you never. Other than Fabulous Moolah.
And
even
Mae Young?
And Mae Young, dude, even at like 80, taking chair shots. You know what I mean? Like,
that's what I love with Mae Young, taking fucking power bombs off the top rope.
Man, I just seen who was it? Sammy Guevara and MJF.
Dude, that match?
The tombstone from like, I don't know if it was the top rope or the middle rope.
That match was insane, bro.
But that's a move that WWE doesn't even, like, other than Undertaker, nobody can do, like, those moves. And these guys are just like, we're doing it off the top rope. We don't give a fuck.
We're not doing it in the middle of the ring. We're doing it off the top fucking rope.
That
match was insane. Yeah.
That was a great match.
Like, you're not, like, matches like that, you're not seeing that on WWE.
Not anymore. They have some good wrestlers, but they waste it a lot, man. Like, all the good wrestlers that are like Aleister Black, freaking...
He's gone, isn't he?
I think they
let him go, yeah.
What was his... I don't think he's going by that. Help me out. He had like a Prince, I'm drawing Dream, Velveteen Dream.
Velveteen Dream. They let him go.
What's going on with him?
Apparently they let him go.
There's so many fucking good wrestlers that, you know, when I think of the good wrestlers that are there, you barely see them, and it's all like, The Miz is winning championships and stuff, and I'm so not interested.
Yeah, I lost interest with WWE a while back. The smartest thing that they did with WWE, and I barely watch it, but whenever I do, is, what's his name, Roman Reigns.
Yeah, you like him?
I like him, and I like what they did, because they were pushing him as a babyface for the longest time, and the fans weren't buying it. They weren't, like, invested in him as a face. And he's the biggest name that they have. But for some reason, they weren't gravitating to him as a face. They were booing him all the time. And for like years, they kept doing this. And it's just like, it's not working for you guys. Stop doing this. Now they're turning him into a heel. Mm-hmm. Best thing they ever did.
Yeah.
Best thing they ever did. Because he's one of the best heel in wrestling. Him and Bobby Lashley. They have them as heel. And it's the best thing they ever did.
I've always liked Lashley. I'm happy he's finally... I think it's a little late for him, though. I was like, it should have happened a while ago. You know, I'm glad you're getting it now. But I mean, like, his time has come and gone, I think, you know?
Yeah, because he's almost 40, if not 40 right now.
Other than wrestling, what are you watching right now? Did you see... I know you watch Handmaid's Tale, because I made a fucking post.
I have not watched the season yet. I have it all recorded.
Oh, shit.
I have it all recorded, and I got to watch it.
Damn, Sam.
I've been so busy.
Oh, the ending was so satisfying, dude.
I kind of, like, haven't started watching it because I kind of wanted to binge watch it, but then I don't want to binge watch it because, you know, when you binge watch something, you're like, it's too much information at once, and then you're not really going to enjoy it, like, each episode the way you should.
Yeah.
So I'm going to start watching it very soon. I'm going to start watching. I have it all at home recorded.
And that film's in Toronto, man.
Yeah. Been on it a couple times.
Really?
Yeah, I've been a bunch of different things on it. So I think I wanted to play an extra. See you next week. See you next week, Bob.
Yeah.
Like, I've been one of the soldiers, the Guardians.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, I've been a SWAT agent at, like, the airport on season 2, I think it was. Yeah. I've been a bunch of different things. Yeah.
I love that show. I didn't even want to watch it. I didn't want to watch it. My girlfriend got me into it, and now it's like one of my favorite shows.
Yeah.
The fuck am I watching right now? I don't know, man. I'm excited for Titans, though. The next season.
Yeah. I've been on that a couple times, too. I wasn't on when they were filming the last season. I think they're filming right now, too, but I'm not on it. Haven't been on it yet, anyways. Season 2, I believe it was. When Dick was in prison, when he went to prison, have you seen that episode?
Oh, yes, yeah.
Okay, that was filmed in Kingston Penn.
Okay.
Yeah, I was there for that, too.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
Does that feel like a trap? It's like, we're going to do some filming at Kingston Penitentiary.
Yeah. I'm actually in, but you can't see my face. You can see me walking from the back. And there's, like, when Buddy gets stabbed, and like, you see all these prisoners walking up, because I was one of the prisoners walking up. I have my shirt off, and you could see there's me and a couple other guys from the back, and you see us walking. We're kind of looking like, what the fuck is going on? Yeah.
Yeah, man. Yeah, I did some catering for that. I think season 2 of that show.
Yeah.
I know they're introducing Red Hood.
Yeah.
So I'm like insanely excited. I was trying to get into Manifest. You see that shit?
Never watched it, no.
Fuck, so it's like this plane leaves from I don't know, Florida and is going to like New York or something. And there's some turbulence, and from the people in the plane's perspective, everything goes exactly how it's supposed to. They've been in the air for like, 3 hours or however long the flight is. And then when they land, like, they have to go through all these like weird procedures. And I'm like, what's going on? And there's cops all around and stuff. And they get out and they're like, you've been missing for 5 years. And like everyone thought you were dead. And like, yeah, right? So it seems the premise is really promising, but I'm telling you, but like there's something lacking in the show. Actually, I feel like a few things lacking, but a lot of performances aren't the greatest. Yeah. The story itself is what's keeping me hanging. I think my girlfriend likes it. I don't know. I'm just interested in what happened. But like everything in between, I'm bored watching it, it seems like something that would be really good, and it's just.
But it's not like it's not getting there.
Yeah, could just be the first season though, like a lot of shows are like that.
Yeah. They're looking for their footing. Okay, what should we do? Where should we go? What I've been watching a bit, haven't watched in a while. I got to go back and watch the rest. Is Superman and Lois.
You know what? I haven't seen it yet.
You haven't seen it?
No.
I am surprised you have not seen
it. I know.
It is, from what I've seen so far, right now it's the best DC show.
Really?
Yep.
Wow.
From what I've seen so far, it's the best DC show.
I was like, I don't know, iffy about him as Superman, but as I saw him more, I could, appreciate it.
It's the best DC show out right now.
I always, when I think of like, my favorite was the Adventures of Lois and Clark with Dean Cain.
Yeah.
That was a really good show. Yeah. I'm definitely going to check it out. It's kind of like Batwoman. Like, I actually really enjoy Batwoman, but I saw like a few episodes of the first season. I just haven't checked it out. My girlfriend's also really not into those shows.
No.
So it's like the only time I can really watch them is when I'm by myself.
Yeah, she going, all right.
So I got her into Watchmen.
Yeah.
But that's kind of a way different vibe, you know what I mean?
So you watched the one season?
Yeah.
It was really good. I like that.
I bought it. I love that show. I'm a huge Watchmen fan, and that was, it's not really, it's its own thing.
Yeah, it is.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They kind of take off from the universe that, was shown in the movie, and it's great. Let's try some snacks, dude. I grabbed these snacks from Japan. I do like this monthly thing. You can pick one, I'll pick one. Okay. Then maybe we can go through our top 5. Yeah, I don't know. This thing kind of says what they are. There's no English, but kind of see what everything is from here. What the fuck are those? Dragon potato, tasty chili flavor. I don't know. Look like maybe like corn chips or curly chips.
Like some
mellow cheese and veggie.
I kind of want to go with what I kind of know.
All right, do it up. Yeah, grab the Kit Kats. I'll grab the Kit Kats.
I think I might try.
We'll do that.
All right.
Start off the top 5 with sitcoms.
Top 5 with sitcoms.
Yeah, you want me to go first?
Okay, go ahead.
All right.
Oh. Is this in any particular order, or just?
Well, dude, these are really good. I'm not even a person like I know as a Canadian you're supposed to love maple.
Yeah.
I'm not a huge maple person. These are fucking really good.
Ooh, these are
wow.
Not bad either. They're like chili flavor. Got a little kick to them.
Yeah. Decent. Oh wow.
Yeah, I like these.
Wow, I think that's a win today.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I guess, you know me, clearly. My number 1 is Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. It's my favorite show, like, ever.
Yep.
My number 2 would be How I Met Your Mother. And now they're doing a How I Met Your Father. Have you heard about that?
No.
Yeah, like I want to be excited about it, but Hilary Duff is going to be the lead in it.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's been a while since Hilary, like I guess when she was acting, she was young. So I want to kind of give her a chance, but I don't really have high hopes for How I Met Your Father.
Yeah.
Number 3, Married with Children.
Oh, yeah, that's definitely.
I mean, have they done a reunion show for that? Because they're doing reunion shows for everything now.
I don't think they have actually done a reunion.
Yeah, they need to do that.
Yeah, definitely.
I remember after, well, it might even have been towards the end of Married with Children, but the guy who played Bud, he like started rapping.
Yes.
Did you see that?
David Faustino.
Yes, yeah, that's it. Yeah. Really bad. I used to get arguments with my buddy Justin because, like, as an MC, he thought that David Faustino, that's it, right? Faustino, I said it right?
Yeah,
was better than Will Smith. And I was like, buddy, like, there's not even a comparison. Like,
he might be better than the rappers of today.
Maybe, yeah. You know what? I can't think of any of his songs. I remember that he had a music video where he was like on the subway. It's probably like New York or something.
Yeah.
And it was just like, you know, you can't take him seriously. Like, bro, you can't be Bud and then come and try to be hard, you know? Like, it's just, it was a weird fit.
Yeah.
But yeah, Married with Children, number 3. Silicon Valley.
Okay, I know the show, never watched.
Yeah, it's like, it's also a show that doesn't seem... my girlfriend also got me into that one. It doesn't seem like it would be... like the subject matter. Like it's all these nerds trying to create a startup.
Yeah. For
like this company that just basically compresses files without any loss to the product.
Yeah.
Basically, you know, it's real like nerd shit. But the people that are in it, and it's by Mike Judge. Mm-hmm. Beavis and Butthead and Office Space. King of the Hill. So yeah, it's just really, it's his kind of humor is more like it's not really like joke telling. It's like putting people in weird situations that they don't find funny, but from the outside is funny.
Yeah.
You know? And I guess number 4 would be, or number 5, I guess I'm on now. Family Matters.
Okay.
Yeah, and I met Jaleel White a few years ago.
Oh, you met him, yeah?
I got him to sign my season 1 of Family Matters. And I was talking to him about fucking... I don't know, just fucking... certain times in my childhood where, like, Family Matters was a good escape.
Mm-hmm.
You know? And it's like, a lot of those... I guess Married with Children isn't a good example, but a lot of those old school kind of family sitcoms, Home Improvement as well, you know? I watched a lot of those and really gravitated towards those because maybe I didn't fucking have family at that time.
Yeah, exactly.
You know?
A lot of people.
So, yeah.
Yeah. And like, we've talked about this with Fresh Prince,
mm-hmm.
how, like, Uncle Phil was more of a lot of people's fathers.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
People who didn't have a father looked at Uncle Phil as their father, you know what I mean?
Yeah. I had friends that, like, people that were close to me, that when James Avery died, they, like, legit, like, hit me up, like, hey, man, like, you all right? For real. And, like, there were, if I was thinking about it, there's probably 3 celebrity deaths that actually had an effect on me. And don't get me wrong, like, never met these people, you know? But, like, that actually created, I don't know the right word, but they left me feeling like I had lost... You know,
you lost
there was a part of me.
Well, it was like
missing.
A family member that you lost, even though you don't know these people.
Yeah,
you've watched them for many years on television. You've seen them, so you felt like you grew up with them.
For real,
especially when you're like in formative years of your life, right? These are the people you're watching. You could watch someone like a TV show now, and the as an adult, they won't have that impact on you. But when you're watching when you were younger, it had a bigger impact on you. You know?
No, absolutely. James Avery was like the first one.
Exactly.
You know? And then Ultimate Warrior, I think, was the second one. I think he died before Chester. And then when Chester happened, that was probably like the worst. I tried to come home. I just sound like a bitch, but like I tried to come home. I put on Linkin Park. Genuinely was like crying, sitting on the couch by myself, watching this shit. Like, never gonna see him again. I met him twice before, you know. But Ultimate Warrior's death was one that I was very... Obviously, you don't want to see someone that you look up to or that, you know, shaped you as a child go. Yeah. But I felt like at the end, he got inducted to the WWE Hall of Fame. He was on Raw for the first time in like
over 20 years.
Yeah, legit. And then the next day, he passed away. And like I remember, and dude, like I said, haven't been watching WWE for a long time, but I legit tuned into Raw live that day because I knew Ultimate Warrior was going to be on. You know, I knew obviously he wasn't going to wrestle. Yeah. You know, and you see him come out, and he tried to do his rope thing that he always did with such intensity, and like he could barely move the ropes, and it's like in my mind when I was watching it for the very first time, I was like, he's not looking well. Yeah. You know, and then the next day I fucking find out, and it's like, fuck, you don't want that. But man, he went out on a high note. He knew that people appreciated what he did. Oh, yeah. And like, I felt like if that's the fucking way to go. You know, like he died happy.
That's true.
So what's your top 5 sitcoms, dude?
Top 5 sitcoms.
Wait, hold on. What do you think of those Kit Kats, though?
Fire.
Not bad, right?
Fuck it, yep.
Shit, man.
It leaves that maple taste. It's fucking good.
It's really good. It's not really too strong.
It's really good. Top 5 sitcoms. And it's funny that this is probably going to be my number 1 show. As I just kind of earlier on talked shit about him. Cosby Show.
I knew it. Yeah.
Cosby Show. And the reason for Cosby Show, because with the Cosby Show, it was the first television show that you saw positive black parents, both black parents in the same house. Mm-hmm. And to a lot of people, that may not seem like anything, but to black kids, that is something.
Yeah,
it's a hell of a lot of good feelings watching that shit.
Yeah, I watched it.
But that show, I love the show. Like, Bill Cosby is a piece of shit for all the shit that he did, but his shows were fucking amazing. And
I mean, and it's even like, I don't remember exactly what Chappelle said, but like he was kind of explaining how this person funded like one of the stages and the podiums for a Martin Luther King speech and all this shit, and then he towards the end of the story he tells people that it was fucking Bill Cosby, and it's like, so like he did some good, like he was just trying to paint how he was really conflicted about the Bill Cosby situation.
I'll never forget something you said to me years ago at Moxie's. We were talking once. I can't remember who it was. Might have been a wrestler or something. Something had happened with a certain celebrity. And we were talking about this. And you said this to me, and it always rings in my fucking head. Whatever they did will never change the way they made me feel. As a child. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And you said that to me, and I'm like, holy fuck. Like, the childhood that you had and the things that you went through, and a lot of it was shaped from what these people have done. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? And even though they could have killed somebody, raped somebody, not great, not good, but in that time from your 10 or whatever age, mm-hmm. So now, the way they made you felt as a kid, nothing could change that.
Yeah.
Nothing could fucking change that. And even though it was a piece of shit,
That's cool.
And you said that to me.
I wonder who I was talking about.
I can't remember what it was. It might have been a wrestler.
But feelings are important when it comes to things
That's
like
the
that,
thing.
man,
And
you know?
you said no matter what this person, because I remember the person had done something, people were, oh, this person's bullshit. And you said to me, like, Sam, I had a lot of fucking fond memories watching this person or whatever. And no matter what they did, right or wrong, it will never change the way I felt. I already lived this life and had these wonderful memories. Mm-hmm. And what they're accused of now will never be erased or whatever.
Yeah, and that doesn't necessarily mean that I was okay with what they did. I wish I fucking remembered who it was, but I can still appreciate... It's separating the art from the artist, right?
Exactly.
Like, I can still appreciate what they brought to the table. Like, it's like, I guess the more modern version, I guess, would be R. Kelly, because I see a lot of people really, like, they don't know if they should listen to it, and it's like, I get if you're, like, not wanting to buy new R. Kelly and shit like that, you know, but you bought R. Kelly, and these songs made you feel a certain, made you cry, or made you, you know, uplift you, or... Yeah.
I'll still listen to fucking Bump and Grind by R. Kelly.
Yeah, it's like...
When he was writing Bump and Grind in the fucking studio, he wasn't raping no fucking girls. You know what I mean? Like, he was just being the musician that I wanted to listen to.
He always seemed a little weird, but he
was always a little weird. Always into young girls. Aaliyah was fucking 15 when he...
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
But so, number one is...
Cosby Show. Yeah, right.
Number two is Good Times.
Okay.
You ever watch Good Times?
I know it. I've seen a few episodes, and I know that's...
Good Times, number two. Number three, Sanford and Son.
What was Sanford and Sons?
That's Red Fox.
Okay, yeah. All right.
Red Fox.
I know that show.
Sanford and Son. Number four, 4 and 5, I could flip them. 4, I would go with Married with Children.
Yeah.
And 5, Fresh Prince.
All right. I was expecting maybe Jefferson's to pop up in there.
Jefferson's is somewhere, but like...
Not top 5.
I'm not gonna put it in the top 5. Like those shows that I mentioned, those are my top 5.
I just watched a bit of Jefferson's because he's on Fresh Prince, and I was like, this guy's fucking hilarious. Like, where's he from?
Yeah.
You know, so but I wasn't super big on it, but I really like. What was his real name?
Sherman Hemsley.
Yeah, just a super fucking underrated comedian. Really funny. Like almost every time he spoke.
Yeah.
You know.
But you've never watched Sanford and Son, huh?
No, I know of the show. I've heard the name before.
Red Fox is one.
Obviously, I know Red Fox.
Red Fox is fucking hilarious. And in the show, so it's him and his son, Lamont, and he works at a junkyard, right? And he always take home junks and stuff like that. But this show, dude, he's just nothing but insults constantly. It's kind of like, you ever watch, and this is in my top 10, All in the Family?
Oh, yeah. What? Archie Bunker. Yeah.
Well, he's not, Sanford and Son, Sanford is not racist, but it's kind of like that. He's just like, they're just fucking cutting people up constantly.
Yeah.
That's what this is with Red Fox.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that sounds good. I can't believe I haven't seen it before.
Yeah.
Let's do... You said your favorite actor was Sam Jackson.
Sam Jackson.
Do you want to start off your top 5?
Top 5, Sam Jackson.
Yeah.
The first movie, he's hardly in this movie. But it's probably my favorite movie of all time. And this is where he got his first big break. Coming to America.
Really?
Yeah. You ever watch Coming to America?
Oh, I've seen it. Yeah, of course.
You know he's in it, right?
No, I don't remember him.
Exactly. A lot of people don't. He's the guy that tried to rob McDowell's.
So he was in it for like
he was the guy who tried to rob McDonald's and fucking Akeem beats him up.
Did you like the second one?
I liked it. I was entertained.
I haven't seen it yet.
But it's nowhere like the first one. The first one is one of the greatest things I've ever seen. But the second one was actually entertaining. I found it real entertaining. So number 1 is that. Number 2, Pulp Fiction.
Yeah.
That was his his next one of his biggest break. One of his first real starring roles. So Pulp Fiction number 2. Number 3, probably Coach Carter.
Mm-hmm.
Coach Carter.
It's on my list.
Number 4, I want to say, probably, what is it? What's now I just fucking drew a blank with the name of the movie. Yes, They Deserve to Die, and I hope they burn in hell. Fuck. Something to Kill or some shit. Fuck. I right now I'm drawing a blank.
You can Google it if you want.
I don't even want to Google it.
Yeah. I hear
my
you.
old brain likes to try to remember.
Yeah, I hear you.
I think it's like A Time to Kill or some shit like that. And Django.
Haven't seen that one either.
Have you ever seen Django?
No.
Django, he plays a piece of shit in Django. He's the bad guy. So it's about slavery.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Well, he's the butler, and he's what is known as the house nigger.
Oh, okay.
And he's a house nigger. He's like Uncle Ruckus as a house nigger.
Oh yeah. Eh?
He's literally Uncle Ruckus in it.
Doesn't he do some sort of voice for Boondocks, or he did?
Yeah, he did. The two white guys.
He did a white guy.
Wait,
I've seen it. It's been a while.
So there's two white guys.
I thought he was on it.
There's two gangster white guys, and one of them is voiced by Sam Jackson, and the other one is voiced by Charlie Murphy.
Oh shit!
Yeah,
nice.
they're fucking grimy. They're like the grimiest of fucking dudes.
Yeah, Sam Jackson has a lot of movies, man.
Yeah.
And I have a few, and I was just Googling to see what else he's been in, and
there's a fucking
holy shit, the filmography on this
guy. It's ridiculous.
And there's a lot of movies I haven't seen that I absolutely should see.
He does a lot of fucking like low budget shit.
Yeah.
That you don't even know. You're like, what the fuck did this come out? What the hell is this? Like he would do like an Avengers movie. And there's like probably like 3 fucking Marvel movies that he's in a year.
Mm-hmm.
And there's like probably about 4 low budget shit that you'd never heard of. And then there's 1 or 2 other movies that he did as well.
I love that shit.
Yeah.
He seems like such a young at heart guy.
Always working. Always working.
My number 1 for him is part of that trilogy that M. Night Shyamalan did.
Yeah. I haven't seen the last one yet.
I think the last one is the one that I'm talking about. Glass.
The Glass, yeah.
Yeah. Is
it good?
That's my number 1.
That's your number 1?
Yeah. I really like that trilogy. I think he was in the first and third one. Unbreakable. That's what it's called. I forgot what it was called.
Yeah.
Yeah, that one was good. Number 2, I don't know why, but like I always, when I first saw it, like I loved it. I saw it in theaters, and I think it's one that most people sleep on. Lakeview Terrace.
You know, I haven't seen that one.
Oh, fuck. So good.
Is that one he's the cop?
Yeah, he's the cop.
Yeah, and he's an asshole, right?
Yeah, like he's been through a lot and has kids that he's trying to protect, but he goes way too far, you know? But yeah, I really like that one. Shaft. Yes. Number 3, but not the new one. I haven't seen the new one. I'm talking about the one from
bad.
2000.
The first one that he did. Yes, I really like that. I was contemplating if I should have put that in my top 5.
Well, I mean, really, dude, he has a lot of good movies. Just because you're saying, like, oh, this is a 5, it doesn't mean the rest of them are shit. No. You know, he has so many good ones.
Because I know if I go back and look at him, like, fuck, maybe I should take this movie out and put this one in. You know what I mean? Because he's so much fucking Sam Jackson movies.
I know. It took me a bit to fucking figure it out. I was really just kind of like, well, if I own it, it's got to be on the list.
Yeah.
So, number 4 is Incredibles. And he plays Frozone.
I forgot about that.
Funny, dude.
No, I could fucking take
Not
something.
his, regular kind of role. But...
No, but it's so good. Especially... So, Incredibles is my favorite cartoon movie.
Yeah?
It's my favorite. I fucking love it. Man. And he's amazing at Frozone.
Yeah.
Love it.
And then, number 5 is Coach Carter.
Coach Carter, yeah. Really good movie.
Yeah, I really like that. What about comedians, man?
Comedians?
Yeah.
Top 5?
Top 5.
So, my favorite comedian of all time is Eddie Murphy.
Oh. All right.
See, and a lot of people don't know Eddie Murphy did stand-up.
That's sad. You know?
A lot. I remember when I first started working at Moxie's Square One, we were talking like when Chappelle was out and it was the Chappelle show and stand-up comedy, and I had Chappelle's stand-up. I used to listen to a lot of the guys.
Mm-hmm.
And then right around that same time, Delirious, for some reason, just came out on DVD. Was never out on DVD. And I told a bunch of guys that worked with me about, oh yeah, this when it comes out on DVD, when it's in the stores, I'm gonna get it. Oh, like Eddie Murphy did.
Nutty Professor?
Nutty Professor, fucking Dr. Dolittle did stuff.
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah. I ended up getting it, loaned it to a bunch of guys, and everyone loved it. Delirious is my favorite thing.
It's a good one.
Yeah, Delirious. So Eddie Murphy, because of that, number 1. Number 2, he just took over number 2 for me.
Okay.
And Dave Chappelle, number 2.
Yeah.
I've seen him twice.
I haven't.
And both times were fucking phenomenal.
I tried, man.
Dude,
it was like one of the only shows in my life that I never got tickets to that I tried to get to. When he did those string of 5 shows, do you remember?
Yeah.
Danforth Music Hall.
When he did it was at
Was it there?
No, it was he did Massey Hall.
Massey Hall, but he did like a string of shows, right?
It was 4. So originally it was supposed to be 1 show they were doing. I remember I'm like, there's no fucking way I'm not getting tickets for this. I went to Rogers Center and I lined up in the morning early. There wasn't a big lineup. There was a couple of us. We'll wait for the box office to open. Box office opened up. We're like, yeah, we're here for Chappelle's ticket. I was probably 3rd in line.
Mm-hmm.
What are you talking about? Dave Chappelle's doing a show. And tickets go on sale at 8 o'clock or whatever. Oh, we don't know anything about that. These motherfuckers didn't get any tickets for it. Like, they end up... So when they finally went on, there was 8 tickets in total that they had. And there's a bunch of people in the fucking lineup.
Did you get one of those 8?
The first guy got a couple tickets. The second person was a girl. She didn't want to get... Because the tickets that they got, they were all solo tickets.
Mm-hmm.
Right? You're not sitting beside one of your friends. So the girl was like, I don't want it. And there was 4 tickets left.
Mm-hmm.
Because the first guy, I think, got 4. And I'm next. I'm like, I'm taking him.
Yeah, the rest of them.
I'm taking the next 4. She didn't want them, so I took him. And then I got them and I told a bunch of friends. So tickets sold out. That was the first show. Tickets sold out like that. It was done. They couldn't get any more tickets. Like literally in less than 5 minutes, tickets sold out. We went to... Someone said Roy Thompson Hall, they're selling tickets. They're probably going to release another string of tickets for another show. I ended up getting 4 more tickets, I believe. And then they ended up doing 4 or 5 shows. And it was the hottest fucking thing in town. And everyone who turned those tickets down regretted. And then they had another show a couple of years later. Like, when he comes to town, he was just like, oh, Dave Chappelle's going to do a show today. Tickets go on sale. My buddy got the tickets for that. The third time that he came to Toronto, he's going to do another show. My buddy who gets tickets for every fucking thing couldn't get one. I've never seen anything sell out that fast.
Yeah. Yeah, and with, like you said, like zero promotion, just like the day he's going to put them on sale, he's like, oh yeah, by the way.
But,
boom, gone in like fucking 5 minutes.
How the fuck do these people know about this show already?
Yeah.
He just mentioned it. Yeah, so Chappelle is number 2 for me. Number 3 is Pryor. Right? Mm-hmm. Number 4, George Carlin. Number 5, I love Chris Rock. I've seen him before. Chris Rock's amazing. I want to say Chris Rock, but as a comedian, and I shouted him already earlier, Bill Cosby.
Yeah. You
ever listen to Bill Cosby?
I think I've heard some of like his albums like without video.
Bill Cosby. Have you ever heard his joke about the dentist? The dentist joke?
I don't know what's the joke.
He just talks about going to the dentist and getting fucking some work done on his teeth, and it's just him talking like with his mouth all numb and shit like that.
Okay.
Dude, it's fucking priceless. It's like Bill. I've seen Bill Cosby once live, and he paints a picture for you, like what he's telling you. You envision everything that he's saying. That's the way, like the greatest storyteller in stand-up comedy, and I like to tell stories. And that's why he's like, he tells a story, like, you will listen to everything he has to say. For like 20 minutes, he'll tell a story. And the punchline is like 2 seconds.
Yeah.
But the whole 20 minutes that you listen was worth that punch. It's fucking insane. And you vision everything he's saying. It's that good.
Yeah, that's
but he's still a piece of shit.
Well, yeah. You know, I don't know if many people would argue that. You can tell Chappelle's got a lot of his influence because that's how what you were saying. Like that's exactly how I feel about Chappelle. Like he released like a special on Netflix just randomly. It was like 8:14.
8:46.
Yeah, and like maybe like 2 jokes.
Yeah,
but like you're so engaged. He's just
you're
such a great
in
storyteller.
What he's saying. Yeah, that's the same thing with Bill Cosby.
Yeah, we actually have 2 comedians in the same spot. So my first one is Rogan. My second is Chappelle. And like, man, I've seen Rogan and Chappelle doing shows in the States together for like the last little bit. Obviously things have been slow, but you know, he moved to Texas and stuff like that. And him and Chappelle have just been doing shows. I'd love for them to come to Toronto.
Dude, if they come to Toronto, we have to fucking go.
For sure, man.
If they do a show...
They could easily sell out ACC
would sell out like
Skydome.
Yeah. Well, were you
what's Skydome called now? Rogers Center.
You know, your old one.
Yeah, right?
Did you see... I've seen Rogan twice.
I've seen him twice, too. Yeah.
Did you see the last time when he was in Toronto?
Yeah, actually, I think we did. He was supposed to be at Ricoh Coliseum, and then some shit was going on there.
Yeah.
They moved him to ACC.
Yeah.
And, like, it was, like, his biggest, I think there was, like, 10,000 or something, and at that point, it was the biggest show he had ever done.
Yeah, exactly what he said. He's like, this is the biggest thing I've ever done.
It's really fucking, it's cool to be a part of that. Yeah, that was good. My number 3 is Mark Ford.
Yeah.
He's a guy from Oakville. Number 4,
Mark.
George Carlin.
Yep.
Same, 4th position. And number 5, Bill Burr. You know, like, man, I'm so deep into comedy that, like, I could really fill my number. I feel like I'm neglecting, like, other comedians that I like
you know what?
Theo Vaughn or Dion Cole. Do you like Dion Cole?
Yeah. You know, the funny thing is, like, I gave you these comics, and same thing you're saying, like, there's so much comic. Like, if you go back and you look at something, you're like, man, but with the exception of my first top 2, I could switch the other 3 and put in another 3 comics. If I go and watch this shit, I'm like, oh, fuck. as you mentioned,
Forgot how great this was. Yeah.
As you mentioned Bill Burr, I'm like, fuck, Bill Burr's not even in my top 5. Fuck, I could put Bill Burr in my top 5 now. You know what I mean? Because he's so fucking good.
We should have did like a top 25.
Yeah.
Reggae acts, man. Let's do that one.
Number one.
You gonna go? You can
go?
start.
All right. Cool.
All right.
My number one will never change. Bob Marley.
Yeah, I knew it.
Bob Marley, bro. I was living in Jamaica when Bob Marley died.
You ever see him perform?
Never seen him perform. Yeah, I was like 9, I believe, 8 or 9 when he died. Yeah, it was 8, and it was something I'll never forget. Like when he died, it's like Jamaica died. Like it was this. It's like this dark cloud was over Jamaica. It was just like this somber. It was like, what the fuck? No, he's not dead. It
just took a bit of time. Yeah, I can imagine.
Yeah, it's like when you're talking about celebrities dying, that was the first celebrity that died that impacted my life. And it impacted the country, the island that I was living on. Yeah, so Bob is number 1. Number 2, Beanie Man. Number 3, Bounty Killer. Number 4, 4 would probably be Yellow Man.
Oh, I don't know him.
Yeah, he's from like early 80s, 70s, late 70s, early 80s. And right, number 5 for now, I'm going to put Gregory Isaacs.
All right.
You know,
so
Gregory?
Yeah.
I've seen him live, and he was
the only one I don't know is Yellow Man.
Yeah, Gregory was amazing. Like I saw him at Phoenix, and you know sometimes when you see an artist, some artists will sound good, and some of them like when you see them live.
Yeah.
He sounded better live than he did on his albums.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was one of those rare guys. You're like, what the fuck? Yeah.
There's a band, and I'm not super big into them, but I saw them perform live, and it actually blew my mind how much better they were live than like their songs you hear on like the radio and stuff. And they were big at a certain point. 3 Days Grace.
Yeah.
Not big on them. I wouldn't say I'm a 3 Days Grace fan, but when I saw them live, it was just, well, how doesn't this transfer to studio?
Yeah.
You know, your voice sounds better here.
Exactly.
By all rights, it should sound better in the studio.
Yeah.
So I don't know, something happened there, but
groups like that, guys like that, it's, you know, when they're in the studio, it's, you know, the producers are like, no, you gotta get this going, you gotta get this, you know. But when they're on stage,
it's just them. I guess they can be a little looser.
Yeah.
Yeah. My number 1, and I guess the singer just retired, or one of the singers just retired. I think he has cancer or something like that. I could be wrong, but he definitely did just retire. UB40.
UB40, yeah.
Yeah,
just cancer the guy had.
That's my shit. Yeah, I do think it's cancer. Yeah. And like they're going on tour. I don't know exactly what they're gonna do. I think they have a replacement, but I mean, you know, they can't really replace him.
Yeah.
Bob Marley's my number 2. My number 3. Doing this, like I listen to a significant amount of reggae. I say it's like one of my favorite styles of music, but Big Sugar is my number 3. I wouldn't necessarily say they're just reggae though.
Yeah.
You know, I would say there's like rock and roll. There's some blues in there. You know, there's really only actually I think the bassist passed away too. But yeah, they're like a Canadian rock reggae just group. It's probably my favorite Canadian group. You know, a lot of people argue me that because I mean, Tragically Hip and Rush but I would say Big Sugar because of that reggae.
But they're your favorite group, not this person's
favorite
group.
Right.
I can't tell you. Hey, your favorite group should be this.
Right, man.
Makes no sense to me.
Totally. Barrington Levy's my number 4.
Holy fuck, Paul. You know, when I was thinking about this, I was like, should I put Barrington Levy?
Yeah, he's definitely my number 4, man. And I don't know how old this guy is. I don't know if he'd be considered, I don't think he's new, but Jacure.
Oh, fuck. That's the other guy I was thinking of. I love Jacure.
Yeah.
That's the other guy I was like, I don't know, maybe Jacure. Yeah.
There's that, I think the album's called like World Cry or something. That album's so solid. I remember like first discovering the album and how I went from like download and I was like, I need to buy this, and I went around to like different stores at the time.
It's the white cover, right?
No, it's like him in the middle, and then there's like a sunset behind him, and then it says like Jacure, and then I think it's called World Cry. It could be different, but the title of the album is like the Jamaican flag colors.
Yeah. Yeah, I think is that the one that I have?
But it was so the song that got me really into him, was Unconditional Love.
Yeah.
And then it just kind of blew up from there. I listened to that, and then that song was on the album, and then I listened to the album, and I loved every song.
Yeah. That's the other guy I was... Yeah. Barrington Levy and Jacure was the two guys, and then when I was saying the names of... I could have switched those two names into...
Oh, yeah. Well, your list is solid, too, man. Yeah. You know? I'm not really into, like, the dance hall stuff too much. I don't know. I always, like, don't get me wrong. If I'm out, I can get into it.
Yeah.
But, like, if I'm just listening to music at home, like, I just like the more uplifting. What did you think about Snoop Lion?
You know, I never listened to anything from Snoop Lion, so I don't have an opinion on it. I have never heard a Snoop Lion track.
I actually enjoy a couple songs from that album. There's a Busta Rhymes song.
I've heard the same thing from other people.
And oddly enough, I think the Busta Rhymes song has Chris Brown on it as well.
Yeah.
And I'm not a fan of Chris Brown, but I really like this song. And then there's another one called... If you're going to just listen to one, check out The Good Good.
The Good Good?
Yeah, there's a female in it, and I can't remember her name right now. But yeah, it's just a really, really good song. I heard all the... I like the controversy surrounding the record, and I don't know, like him kind of... Well, there was like a documentary on it, and it seemed... I don't know, he got a lot of hate because like he wasn't this like dread, and he went to like Jamaica and just kind of like took in, you know, what they had to offer, and then I guess, you know, he's been called out for maybe not respecting reggae music, that kind of shit. But, like, man, I like a couple songs, I'm not going to lie. Would definitely not be on my top 10 or top 20 or, you know, but, like, I was just curious. Top 5 superheroes, man. This is one I ask every guest.
I know you do. I know you do. Well, this is usually, like, anything with superhero is usually a topic of conversation at Moxie's in the kitchen for years.
Oh, yeah.
Number one superhero? It's probably Wolverine.
Nice.
Wolverine, my number one. Number two is Incredible Hulk.
Who do you think was the best Hulk in the live action? I think it was like Eric Bana, Edward Norton, and then... What's this guy's name? I can't remember his name.
Mark Ruffalo.
That's it. Yeah.
I actually like Mark.
Yeah?
Yeah, I think Mark is probably my favorite so far.
I dig Edward Norton.
Norton was good. I like Norton, but I think I like...
I want to see Hulk be Hulk.
Yeah.
You know? And like the last couple movies, like I think he fits the role. I just think... This Professor Hulk, it's not even fully allowing him to flex his Hulk muscle. I just want to see him... It'd be nice to get a solo Hulk movie, because he's one of my favorites of the Avengers.
Yep. Yeah. So yeah, Hulk is number two. Superman, number 3. Spider-Man, number 4. And number 5, your boy.
All right.
Batman.
I couldn't help but notice you put Spider-Man before Batman. No, it's all good, dude. It's all good. It's not really like...
You sure it's all good, Paul?
There's very few...
Are you sure it's all good,
Yeah, I'm
Paul?
fine, man. I love Spider-Man as well,
But are you
know?
sure it's all good that I have...
It stings
Spider-Man
a little. It stings a little. But it's okay, man. I'm just glad people are really, like, into this shit now, you know? And it's like... I mean...
You know, the thing is, it's... Because I was always into this stuff since I was a kid. Never really got picked on because of it, because I whoop asses.
Yeah.
But it's somewhat of a, like, validation for a lot of guys who are, you know, really into it. Really, really, really into it. And then all these guys like, fuck you and your superhero comic book bullshit, blah, blah, blah. And now they're the same ones like, oh, Superman movie's coming over and going, fucking, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Now they're acting like they're big Superman fans or these comic book fans with their kids now. And you're like, you fucking cocksucker. you made fun of all these guys for years. And now totally. You're fucking this.
And I'm sure it's worse for you because, like, I mean, as it's gone on, it's been gaining popularity, so... You know, early on, I'm sure it was even worse. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah, my top 5, Batman, Red Hood.
Surprise.
Arsenal. Batman. Yeah, I know, right? Who would have guessed?
Wow.
I literally I have so many random things that are Batman in my house. Batman air freshener, Batman spatula, you know, like, if it has Batman on it, I'm getting it. Yeah. I'm a very easy person to buy gifts for. Arsenal number 3, Spider-Man number 4, and Constantine is my number 5.
Okay.
Yeah, and I heard Keanu Reeves is gonna be
that's what
coming back as Constantine. Man, I would love that. That's like my favorite Keanu Reeves movie.
Yeah.
So that'd be good. All right, dude. Well, at the end of the show, I like to do a couple of these cards. You just pick a card. They kind of have just you know, little things on them. Answer questions. I'll read you one. You read me one. I'll do a few and get out of here. Would you rather win $50,000 than have your best friend win $500,000?
Give my friend the $500,000 because I know he's going to give me more than $50,000.
Yeah, like it's like if it's a situation where like my friend's going to know that I gave him the money, and he'll be like, "Oh, you missed out on 50. Here's 100."
Yeah.
You know, then totally.
But it's not even the fact that my friend would give me money. I'm like, because I'd rather for other people more than I do for myself.
Yeah.
I'm that guy, and people are really watching like, yo, it's bullshit. I'd rather you fucking do well.
Well, it's also your best friend. It's not like, oh, it's just some random coworker or something. Like, this is your best friend you're talking about, man. Like, 50 grand versus 500. I would much rather, Yeah,
because like my buddy, he's the one actually that dropped me off here too, and I'm like, that dude will fucking do anything for me, and I'll do anything for him. You know what I mean? So.
Yeah, and it's not easy to find those people, man.
Yeah.
You know, and it's really surprising. Like as I got older, just the people I thought would be around.
Yep.
And the people that actually are around. You know, and going through this comedy journey, the people that legitimately support me versus the people that I was like, oh, for sure these guys are gonna come, and have still to this day never seen me perform.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, like Kevin, man, I fucking love.
Oh, I love that kid. I love that fucking kid, man.
Kevin's my boy, and he's
Kevin is my.
He's been to so many shows, man.
That little fucker, I love that fucking kid. Him and Cockalooge are two fucking these kids that have worked with me, and I'm like, they're fucking solid guys, man.
For real.
You know they're fucking. You know if they say they're gonna do something, they're gonna do it. But Kevin is just like, he's a little piece of shit, but you love that little shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah, totally. He's always like, you're never not gonna get him, and that's what I love.
Yeah, exactly.
You know?
Yeah, that's Kevin. Okay, have you ever talked your way out of a speeding ticket?
Okay, well, I don't drive, but I do have a story of you can just put them in there. Just fucking my cousin Stacy, when I was young, I think we were either going or coming from the States. And we were crossing the border. And just shortly before we got to the border, it was kind of like my cousin knew I had to go to the washroom and she wanted to get where we were going. And we got pulled over. And I don't know if this really kind of falls under the car, but it's what I thought of when you said it. And basically was about to get a speeding ticket, but was like, look, my cousin here is about to shit his pants. This is why I'm going so fast. And fucking the cop literally drove with her so they could go like as fast as possible. And I think I ended up just going to washroom at like somewhere close to the border. Yeah. So I can't even remember. But like she was about to get a ticket, and because I was gonna shit my pants, he let her go and actually like helped her get where she was going faster. So that's fucking kind of. What about you?
No, never. No, never. You know what? I was doing a landscaping job. I don't even know if we would have gotten a ticket, but we had we were doing sodding, and the sod was on the street, and the guy from the city drove up. And I don't know if he was going to give us a ticket or fucking call, but I went up to him, I was just like talking. I'm like, hey, we're moving it right now, blah, blah, blah. Give him a little fist bump and whatever. And, he's like, all right, man, just hurry up and get her up. And then he drove off. I'm like, all right, thanks. So I don't know if that falls under the same thing.
I don't know. It's decent.
But I know my talking to him and kind of bullshitting with him kind of helped us not get a ticket or whatever.
Yeah, no, for sure. I'd given like fake names to not get a ticket. I guess that's kind of the same thing. I jumped off like a bridge in like Barrie. Yeah, and it was like, I was like camping. And there was a sign that said like no jumping. And so like me and my buddy Chris, we were up there with our girlfriends at the time. This was a bit ago. And so we're like, oh, we're definitely jumping from here. We literally took off our shirts and just kind of were like 1, 2, 3. And we told, I told my girlfriend at the time to record. Yeah. And then we jumped. And the water, dude, the water was maybe about 4 feet. Well, you couldn't tell on the top of the bridge. So, but I'm used to jumping. The jump was probably about 30 feet. Yeah. So I hit the water, and it kind of curved a little bit, but I still hit the ground. But I softened it up by curving when I hit the water. And then get out. We're like, oh, that was awesome. Did you guys get it? And she's like, no. I was like, fuck. All right, we're going to do it again. And so we went up. We went to the exact same thing. Yeah. The exact same spot right beside the sign. And we jumped. They record it. And then this time when we get out, there's 2, bylaw officers there. And so we gave fake names. I said my name was Daryl Hammond. And then... I don't watch cable a lot, but Daryl Hammond is actually the name of, a CTV news reporter. For some reason, that was the name I picked when I was giving them the fake name. So I'm, I guess just really lucky that this guy doesn't watch the news. All right. Let's check it out. Oh, shit. Okay. Would you rather give Nazi salutes to everyone you walk by than have a swastika tattoo on your neck?
I'm giving a salute, bro.
Yeah, right?
Yeah. Because I give the salute and
you could do the salute and make it into something else. That is, there's just no taking that back.
Yeah, exactly. I mean? Yeah, you the salute, you give the salute and you're you could be pointing after you do the salute, you're like,
it's just you kind of loading up Babe Ruth or something. You can just work it into something, And I've heheard the argument that the swastika used to be a peace symbol, and I'm like,
it is a religious symbol, but if it's turned differently.
Yeah,
it's the term.
Yeah, and regardless, when you see that, no matter what way, it's turning,
it's taken over.
Exactly, dude.
It is taken over.
You're not taking it back.
No, there's no walking that back. No. You're like, no, that's a fucking swastika. I know what the fuck you're doing. I'm not a fucking idiot. Will you try virtual reality sex?
Yeah, I think so. But like, I don't want to. How good could it be? See, with that, it's like you're gonna need more than just some controllers and goggles.
Yeah.
You know, in my mind, or else you're at the end of the day you're just watching a fucking video.
Yeah.
You know, I think like for virtual reality sex, is that what it was?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think for that to be good, you're gonna need like other things.
Yeah.
You know, like for your dick, or you know, if you're that way, for your ass or whatever, for your vagina. But I definitely, if they, you know, when they work out all the kinks, I might try it out. I don't see any purpose of just like watching it now.
Yeah.
I don't get it now.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
it's not there yet. But eventually, I could see trying it. You?
I don't know. I really don't know.
Have you ever done VR shit?
No.
Oh, it's a trip. It's a trip.
Yeah.
But like, I don't know. VR sex. Yeah, there's a difference between like just watching a video and like getting the proper. But I think, hey man, I think we'll get there. There'll probably be like shorts you could put on at some point that are connected to the fucking thing you're watching, or you know, we'll get there. People are determined to, you know, fuck things. You know,
if there's one thing we are determined as human beings to do, is fuck things.
Yeah, like didn't I swear they opened up like a sex robot brothel in Toronto. Like I'm almost certain.
I have no clue.
It might not be in Toronto, but something I was because like you know, when I go to work, I listen to the radio on the way to work in my boss's truck. I swore we heard something about that.
Probably.
But yeah, I would definitely try it at a certain point. Let's do one more each and get out of here, bro. What do we got? For $100,000, would you drink a gallon of breast milk that your mom has been saving in the freezer since you were an infant?
Yeah, I drank those when I was an infant anyways.
Yeah, that's a good argument.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't think I was breastfed.
I was breastfed.
I think my mom was like doing drugs and shit like that, so I'm probably gonna say no. Probably be drinking like methamphetamine or some shit. So I'm gonna say no.
For $200, would you tell a mother that her baby was ugly?
Just $200?
Just $200.
Man, I don't think babies are ugly. Like I can't even like dogs and stuff like that. So I mean, yes, I would say it, but I wouldn't necessarily mean it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
If the baby is ugly, fuck it. Yeah, the baby is ugly. And I'm pretty sure the mother knows the baby is ugly if the baby's ugly.
Yeah, you gotta imagine there are some ugly. But I mean, you're always gonna, if you're the mother, you're probably looking at like, you know, a different lens. Like we were talking.
Very true, but I mean, like, there's times where, like, no matter how fucking how rose-colored tint those lenses are, you know the fucking child in that baby's ugly.
It's not gonna get better.
Yeah. Just a rose-colored tint ugly baby you're looking at. You know what I mean?
I always thought babies look like E.T.
Yeah, a lot of them
when they're first like born.
Yeah, a lot of
first
them do.
Week or so. Just a little mini ETs. All right, dude. Well,
actually before we go, I want earlier on we were talking before we even started recording.
Yeah.
We were talking about weed, marijuana, and you asked me if I smoked them.
Yes.
I'll tell you a story.
Yes.
And so the story was when I was 13 years old.
All right.
I got home. My brother always smoked weed. Well, my brother is a fucking idiot. So as kids growing up, we used to do the house cleaning, right? So we're cleaning around the house and all this stuff. On Sundays, we always did our house cleaning. And my brother figured, since we do the house cleaning, he had a bunch of weed that he got from a friend. My mom would go in our room every once in a while and, you know, check for shit, right?
Mm-hmm.
So my brother had a bunch of some bush weed that his friend gave him, and he decided he was going to hide the weed in the living room where my mom sits and watches television all day. Until she goes to work.
Sounds like a good idea.
Right? Foolproof. So my brother hid it underneath the cushion in the couch. And this weed has a very strong aroma. So my mom, I guess, got up. We went to school. My mom went in the living room to watch some television, drink some tea or whatever. And she smelled this fucking thing. And she picked up all the cushions in the couch and she saw this it was close to a pound of weed that my brother hid there. My mom saw it and she took it up and she went in my brother's room. My brother had like a stack of fucking porno mags. For all these kids out there who don't know about porno mags, before their internet was ravaged with there was an internet that it was ravaged with fucking porn. You had to get your fix in these fucking magazines. And my brother had a stack of them. And my mom probably went through this is like 1986. Which means, the reason why I tell you the date is because all the girls have bushes. Yeah. Right? Like, back then they weren't shaving. So my mom went through every single one of them for like the raunchiest fucking centerfold. So she found one where the girl's sitting there spreading her goodness with her hands like this, and she put the weed right in the middle of the girl's crotch and left it in the couch for us. We got home from school. I got home from school. I see my brother and my sister outside of the house. Panicking. It's not my sister's weed. My sister don't smoke. She's panicking too. Because we were like, my mom's going to fucking kill us.
Yeah, well, at that point, I guess your mom doesn't know whose it was.
She doesn't know who's it. We know she knows it's my brother's.
Yeah, yeah.
But we're like, we're all going to get something. So my brother, my sister's panicking. I'm like, what? They're too fucking scared and nervous to talk. She's like, come. We open the front door. As we walk in the front door, I see this fucking thing. Now, I'm the third one that's panicking as fuck. Yeah. Waiting for the day my mom fucking loses her shit on us. My mom has not said a word since 1986 about this. We were so fucking scared for years because we're waiting. There's a day. This fucking woman's going to lose it on us. She's going to fucking lose it. My mom's never said a word. My mom was so against weed. So against weed. The other day, I'm talking to my mom after weed fucking is legalized now. She's telling me that, she's got some weed plants in her backyard in the garden. Oh, shit. And I'm like, what the fuck? This woman has terrorized us for 36 years.
Did you bring it up?
No, I never brought it up.
Oh, fuck yeah, all right.
This shit has terrified us for 36 years. Like, good. She started like talking about weed, and I'm like, what the fuck? And now she's telling me, she's like, yeah, I make tea with it, and this. I'm like, what the fuck? And I'm like, you grow weed? She's like, yeah. You know, you could too. You know, it's legal. And I'm like, the fuck is this woman talking about? Like, she's a spokesperson for weed now.
Does she have like health problems? No.
It's definitely, like, I would say for like certain things, definitely a better option than taking just like pills. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Because even she told me, she's like, yeah, her boyfriend's son makes these wheat cookies. Yeah. And so she tried, and she's like, it's good for pain, and what? She's like, I had a real good night's sleep.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay. And I'm like, this shit fucking bothered us for the longest time, and now you're all about.
I don't even smoke weed now, Mom. This is what you did to me, and you're fucking growing that shit. I fucking would love to grow some plants, but I just couldn't do it where I'm at right now.
Yeah.
I think every house is allowed to have 4 plants per person that lives in the house.
Yeah, that's what I heard. Yeah.
So, I mean, hey, man. I see lots of people doing it.
Yeah, everybody's doing it now.
Yeah, man.
All right, bro.
Get out of here. You can tell these people where to get at you if you like. I know you're not on Instagram, are you? You're just on the Facebook now.
No, I'm not on that Instagram. I'm not. I guess I'm one of them old motherfuckers.
You have some stuff on YouTube, though, no?
Not anymore. I haven't. But you know what? I guess I gotta get into this fucking social media shit. I'm just one of them, fuck the internet. That's bullshit. It's gonna steal your soul. You know what I mean? I'm like,
well, you definitely got to start fucking getting back on stage, brother.
That's the thing that I need to do. I need to start getting back on stage. So I've been getting the urge to do it now. So I'm like, yeah, I'll work on some stuff and.
Well, like I said, dude, show's gonna be starting up soon, and the door is always fucking open for you.
Definitely will. Definitely.
I really appreciate you being here today.
Appreciate you having me here, man.
This podcast is brought to you by Neon Light District. Hit them up. Use code Pillow Talk to save 10%, and by the Great North Apparel. Hit them up. Use code Pillow Talk to save 30%. And we'll see you in 2 weeks.
Peace.
Peace the fuck out.